Ever had a crazy idea? Maybe when you was younger, you wanted to, drive your favourite car, like a Ferrari or something like that around the world. Well, mine's a pretty recent dream, mind you. But mine is to take this, my 50-year-old Lambretta GP, on a road trip around the UK. Now, Ewan McGregor and Charlie Boorman did something very similar called The Long Way Round, where they rode 2 motorbikes, 4 strokes, I must say, across the country. They did across the country, no, across the world even. And they had support vehicles, full crew, satellite phones. I've got a Lambretta, a tent, litres of 2-stroke oil, and a slightly questionable sense of confidence. Now, it's not about breaking records or ticking off famous scooter spots. It's about seeing if I actually can do it. Because let's be honest, most people think these have had their time, all they do is break down, and I want to prove them wrong. So, welcome to Strimmer on Tour. So, the vehicle I'm using, as I stated earlier on in the documentary, is my Lambretta GP from 1975. Now, this isn't your standard Lambretta. I mean, you can quite clearly see by the massive expansion chamber on the back. So it is a Lambretta GP from India. It isn't an Italian one, it is an Indian one, with a AF Race Speed TS1 kit on it, 225, not the 230. And I'm going to be taking this round the country. Now, I have had problems with it, like, most Lambretta owners do. I've had gearbox snap. I've got a whole drawer here of, broken parts. I've had rear hub snap. Got gearbox that broke. All, stuff, but so I'm not one, that isn't. So there are some preparations I've got to do for this before I ride. Obviously, I'm going to be carrying not a lot of stuff, but quite a more than you would on your usual ride, and I've got to work out how I'm carrying it. So a lot of the planning is looking at getting panniers for it to get one here, so I can have panniers I can use and get it off the hook. My burden bag, which I will either have on my back, or I have been looking at changing this rack to a flip-flop rack, so I have that strapped to the flip-flop and then my tent across the rack part of the flip-flop rack. But that's to come later. Right, so I've just been in here, similar about this. My panniers, well, I've got, not quite sure what I'm going to be fitting in here. Most likely, I think one of them is going to be spares. So stuff like electrical spares, which can't get wet because these are waterproof. But that'll be some planning in the next couple of weeks. I actually know where I'm going. So how I've got it strapped on is it's got a big strap here that's over the top, and then if you look here, it's got 2 smaller straps underneath. I mean, these are designed for, motorbikes. They've got pannier brackets this is a Lambretta from 1975. I ain't got it. Nor am I going to try and make some to ruin it. Whereas these just sit on and, I mean, they are a bit, there are plastic claps and stuff that might rub on the paint a bit. So it road chip in it. And on the back, we have this small bag here. This one just sit nicely. But I'm not sure what's going in there. Rudely interrupted by another delivery. Funnily enough, my food for the evening. KFC. Not sponsored, no. They haven't, endorsed this project at all, but yeah. So I've got my tent there at the moment. I bought it as a replacement for this bag, because as you can see, it's all ripped and ready to be replaced. Thinking I'd measured it right, but obviously I've done all this in the wrong size. But either I'm going to just have the tent in there, and it be, sealed up like this, where, like spongy strap was have those folded in, and straps down, like that, and then it's just there, or put in other stuff, because like this is a new roll mat I got, and it's that small, and then like the first aid kit, whatever that is, it's only small, it's only a little box shape, so all of it can fit. Some of it can fit in that bag, but just decided what, and that's something that would apply soon. So I bought this little USB 14 watt solar panel just to really see how well it works. All it does is it folds up nicely. There you can see it. But here we go. What my idea is either having it strapped to the back like that, or strapped to the back of the Bergman. So I'm getting sunlight. Now, just need to read. It comes towards Caribbean. Say that again before I'm done. Carabiners, so I can flip it to stuff. But yeah, the USB's here on the back. Got it just here. Will charge. I will be taking a battery bank as well, which I think will probably be the more, possibly the more, shall we say, used method for charging. Just because I don't know how good this is going to be. And when I was looking for one, I got a lot of people were saying it's good, but it would take something like 3 hours to charge your phone. Especially here in England, because we've got bloody weather that's so unpredictable. But yeah, that's what I've got there. Very sure. Oh, for fuck's sake. Put the photo on here anyway. So I've got it from my back. Yeah. Oh, right, so I've been sort of sat here for a couple of hours, sort of planning routes here, and ran into a bit of a problem now. Because, we live in a world, right, where, technology tells us and stuff, and I decided, I thought I'd utilise a tool for, obviously this trip, and one of the tools I'm utilising is ChatGPT. Telling it, obviously, parameters I want for this trip. So, like, for example, I don't want to be riding any more than 80 miles a day if I can help it. I've told it places I want to go, like, for example, I want to go to Eden Camp in Yorkshire. First place I want to camp is Withensea or around that area, because I've been there before, and I like it. want to go to AFRA speed, MB scooters, Harry's Hot Rod Shop, all these places. But, you know, it could take me hours to plan a route or plan when I'm going where. Because, you know, I've got to find exactly where they all are on the map. But, you know, put it into ChatGPT and within, 5 minutes, give me a route. I mean, I've been doing costs up and I think I worked out that if, I try and stay really stingy and cheap with this whole trip, like, buying all my food from places like Lidl, which I had already thought of, because, their food is great and cost effective. And, I'm going to be cooking with a Trangy, so, I'm already trying to cook Michelin star quality food. It's got a frying pan, pot, I could do a nice breakfast, fry up if I wanted to, or I make a cup of tea, do rice dishes, stuff out of tins, I'm not going to be living in luxury on a road trip, but, that's all the fun of it. I'm ordering some spares sort of closer to the trip, stuff like a spare HT leads, plug caps, coils, CDI units, all that sort of thing. Fuel lines, because, I'm putting a new fuel line on it anyway, but you never know. Something could knock it and it come apart, stuff like that, really. Plug kits for tyres, spare plugs, just in case, it gets stuck in traffic and it chokes it up. All these things that have been planned for this trip. I keep making jokes, obviously, about it a long way round. They planned there so meticulously because they had to. They was going through many different countries that have lots of different restrictions. Perks to me is I'm staying in the same country. I'm staying in a country I know the laws, I don't have to have some, specialist license, or I don't have to worry that my license isn't recognised because I have a license in the country. Yes, it's not a full license. I have got L plates on. But, that's the fun of it. It is going to be a challenge. Worrying about where I'm going week before. I want to know where. I want to know, plan. Obviously, I'm not planning the routes, down to a T, like I'm going on this road, this road, this road. I'm going to use Google Maps or Apple Maps, something like that, too, because they're all so up to date. If I use, an A to Z, the roads, yeah, they're going to be up to date, but, A to Zs don't include when they've got road closures or, road works, or there being an accident and stuff. Google Maps can just redirect me if it needs to. Stuff like that, that's why I want to use that, because it'll optimise the journey. Want to try and mitigate all the stress. But, I'm packing everything that long way round did across, 3 motorbikes, 2 support vehicles on one. It's going to be a challenge, They're going to need to practice, obviously packing the bag how it needs to be, because especially with the panniers, they need to be similar weights each side, or else, I'm going to be off balance, and that's really going to muck the riding up. I need to work out if I'm going to be carrying a Bergman on my back, or if I'm going to invest in a flip-flop backrest for the trip, and for touring, basically. Because I had one on a Vespa I had, and it was great for carrying your bag. You just bungee strap it to it, and you don't have to have it on your back. So I'm thinking of looking for one, but, it's... If I can't find one, I can't find one. So... That's another thing you've been looking at, is gear for filming. Because obviously, I'll be using a GoPro when filming on a scooter because, they're lightweight, easy. But then I'm also bringing the camera I'm filming on right now to film the interviews. Well, diary things at the end of each day and beginning of the day sort of thing. And obviously during the riding, I want you to be able to hear what I'm saying and stuff. At points, like for example, if I had an accident, God forbid it happens, touch wood, I hope it doesn't happen, but there are these possibilities that it could happen, so, and I want to hear it, because, for example, if I did have an accident, broke my leg, I'm not going to be able to go into my bag and, get this camera out to film with, so I could, flick that off and point it to me, and it's all, relatively automatic with them. And they're pretty robust. I mean, I could go head first. I'd land on it and survive most likely. So, yeah, just a lot of planning, really. And that's what I'm sort of doing now. Obviously, I've been looking at places. T-shirt is something I do want to do. Obviously, it's got a nice... The design is based off, obviously, my scooter as close as it could. And I thought, yeah, it looks good. I'm not quite sure what the red is on it. Don't know if that's meant to be blood or what, but, I quite liked it, so it was good. And then another, it's just, it's getting on the road, making sure everything is, the sound. I have got backup plan, like if I do break down and it's something I cannot sort at the side of the road, I have got a membership, because you can't own a classic vehicle without a breakdown cover, just in case, because they're not reliable. Vespas, Lambrettas, designed in Italy as little shopping bikes for, little old ladies. They weren't designed for what a lot of scooterists have done to them. Do all these crazy things to them. And we wondered why they broke down so much. Because, you tuned them up and they weren't designed for that. Keep them standard, they're fine. But, standard slow. I'm quite lucky with that. It's like a TS1 kit, built by Air Speed, thousands of them about. Really, I wouldn't say, I'd say reliable, yeah. If you look after it right, they're amazing kits. But, you get it with any scooter, really, breaking down. It's just, the joke is Lambrettas are always, made in Italy, Spain, India, Argentina, all these places, but pushed in the UK. That's the joke between, Vespa riders and Lambretta riders. Another thing, I'll be thinking of is, obviously, I need to be carrying 2-stroke oil. A lot of it. Starting in Boston. Then out to Wivensey, following the coast. Past Skipsea Castle. On to AF Race Speed in Malton. Then Eden Camp. Up to Whitby. Across the Yorkshire Moors. Then on to Brick House. Up to Ribblehead Viaduct.
down to MB Scooters in Doncaster, then to Harry's Hot Rod Shop, from there back through Lincolnshire, before returning home to Boston.
So, won't be able to see the scooters down behind me. I haven't got it anyway. Just took it outside my garage because today I'm working on it, doing some, sort of maintenance on it, sorting this oil seal that's gone out on it. But while I've got it all open, I'm thinking I'll do some other bits and just get it, ready for the road trip. That just set off in, the 5th today. The 5th, so I set off in 23 days. So, cutting it quite fine, really, because I could be replacing piston rings, so it's going to need to be running for 100 miles-ish before road trip. So hopefully I'll get them 100 miles in. If not, it's not the end of the world if I have to run it in a bit on the road trip. So, yeah, you'll get to see me and my friend working on it a bit. So, yes. Got t-shirt now, so all ready to go pretty much. Just need to get the scooter ready. So, yeah. Bloody raining. I know. Trying to get it rebuilt. Honestly, stress. Just testing out the Trangy, ready for going. Trying to see how much, spirit I need to take with me for all the little jobs that it'll be doing, like making me cups of tea and stuff. So, yeah. Leave in 9 days, and the engine's not back together. I do, though. Do have my new tyres on there. My Mitas Monsoons. Rather than the race tyres it used to have on it. But, yeah. Hopefully, be on the road again soon. Well, need to be on the road before 9 days, just to check that it's all running right. So, we are, what are we? Friday the 25th, so we are Saturday, Sunday. 4 days until I leave, and the bloody thing is still not working. Got a problem with the kickstart. Doesn't want to work, but today's the barbecue, so I'm going to carry on doing that. Getting all prepared for that. Had to rejig how I'm filming for that, because the person had to cancel on me, sadly. But it will work. That's part of scootering. Bodge your way through. Bodge for life, and you're sorted. Scootering wouldn't be a thing if it weren't for bodging, so yeah. Hopefully, new kickstart shaft comes for that. soon, or else I will have to postpone by a couple of days. But yeah, hopefully. Everything else working fine, other than the kickstart when we put it back together. I reckon we misaligned it slightly and it's knackered the plunger, but I thought I'll just get a whole new kickstart shaft. It was 25 odd quid, so it'll do for the road trip. So yeah, 4 days, hopefully, be on the road. Now I just got to do some prepping for the old barbecue. I shall see you in a bit.
Hey, what?
Evening all. First off, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight.
Hey!
Means a lot, genuinely. I know everyone's got a busy lives. So the fact you've taken your time out to come here means the world to me. This barbecue isn't just a chance to eat too much and have a few drinks. It's also a send-off before I set off on my solo scooter trip. I'll be riding over 500 miles across the country on my Lambretta, camping wild, dodging weather, filming the lot, and hoping the scooter doesn't explode halfway through. The route is a proper mix of madness. From here to Wivensea, then Skipsey Castle, RF Holcombe, Eden Camp, Cleveland Ironstone Mining Museum, Whitby, through to the Moors, Brig House, Ribblehead Viaduct, MB Scooters, AF Race Speed, Harry's Hot Rod Shop, then crawling back home. It'll make it that far.
Do they do repairs, Joe?
They all do repairs.
Yeah, but Joe, you're just going to make it to Sleaford Road, right?
Yeah.
No. Now, let's be honest. Getting this thing ready has been a mission in itself. Kickstart wasn't engaging properly. I've had leaky seals, and the starter's been in and out. The timing's been fiddly. And don't even get me started on the tyre change. Honestly, I think this scooter's more nervous about this trick than I was. It's like it knew what was coming. Tried every trick in the book to stay in the garage, but somehow, through a lot of late nights, swearing, and good mates, it's mostly ready to go. I have a few proper thank yous before I set off. Firstly, to Spence. You've been flat out helping me on the scooter running, even without ever working on one before. You've put in hours without a complaint, and seriously, I couldn't have got through it this bar without you.
I would say it's been a pleasure, but I've hated every minute.
I knew you would have. And again, to Lou and Spence, cheers for lending me the barbecue for tonight, and the constant check-ins and the support when I've been prepping. And to Daniel Robinson, who is there tonight, for battling through the tyre change with me, even when the thing was being a right bastard. Proper grabber. And to everyone else who's chipped in, from the GoFundMe support, to you, you're definitely going to break down, as some people have said. Encouragement. You've helped me make this happen. I'll be filming the journey from start to finish, so if I don't make it, at least I'll get a laugh out of it. So here's to dodgy scooters, good mates, wild roads, and even wilder ideas. Let's eat, drink, and send this thing off right. Let's see if I really can keep the faith. Cheers, everyone. I'll see you on the other side.
I'm just going to keep rolling, yeah?
Yeah, why not? The fun of it.
Ben, do something stupid.
Check me sausages.
Who's got to check the sausages?
Check me sausages.
Ben, trip over.
Well,
I'd like to stay through it a minute, Jack.
you, mate. Okay. Well, good.
On the camera?
Oh, but yeah.
Well, hurry up, Ben, Lou.
Don't slander anyone.
Don't slag me or Spence off.
Oh, I must say quick.
You can cut this and edit this in post.
I have got a gift to Spence, but it sadly hasn't arrived. It won't get here till tomorrow, so I'm just going to give you this half-eaten bit of halloumi and edit in post to make it look like a t-shirt.
Right, thank you.
Yeah. Nope. I'll take the hood back.
I'm gonna be like, yeah.
Right, stop hogging.
Right, we're going to hand over to Lou the sheep checker.
Stop. Right, so I want to say a few words because I think everybody here and not here will know that Joe's probably been through the ringer a bit over the last 12 months. And this trip, hope you don't mind me saying, Joe, is much more than it actually is. It's Joe setting off, finding himself, pushing the boundaries and getting out there. And we're really, really proud of him. And it has been a hard slog. Pit crew here and the pit crew person at home waiting for him. But no, you've put in hours of graft, Joe, and we read. I know we joke and we've got you the t-shirt that says you'll get to sleep, bro. We wish you all the best. Check in, everybody's behind you. Even Lizzie at home in Wales is behind you. We are all behind you and we wish you all the best. And we're really excited to see what happens on your travel. So do check in. All right, mate.
Yeah.
Back over to you.
Oh, what am I doing now?
But you're getting the
Telling you, like,
Hello. So, getting to the end of day, I don't know what it is in numbers, but it's 2 days before I leave. And I've still not got it back together. I have got the kickstart shaft back in, but I've not set it or anything because I've been having problems and I've injured myself. Nasty cut, but means I'm going to be really busy tomorrow. So, yeah, 2 days and I'm absolutely breaking it. So, we are 1 day away. Tomorrow is the day and I'm getting packed. Getting everything packed up, ready to go. Got the scooter finished this morning, fitted, and it's running fine. There's a slight whistle, but I think I know what's causing that and nothing to worry about. So, yes. So, today is the day. The day I leave. As you see, all ready to go. First job's going to be getting petrol, and then I'm off to see my dad before I go, and then going off to Withensea, over the Humber Bridge, and other bits. May stop for some food along the way, we'll see. Yeah, right. I'll see you on the other side. So, I've had to come home. Not because of any problems, but with the scooter. It's just I wanted to distribute whoever it was, because the bag was really pulling on my back, and it was pulling me back, and it didn't feel comfortable riding like that. So I've come back, I've shed a load of weight off it, took the side bags off. So I've got it on the back now. I've been fiddling around making sure it's secure, and it is. So I can ride a bit more comfier. And I'm just waiting for the GoPro to charge because it didn't charge last night for some reason. So I only had 30% when I got back here. So I plan to leave at 12:30. Google Maps is saying it's about an hour and a half to ride, so roughly about 2 o'clock I shall get into Withensea. So I will see you on the other side again, hopefully, or halfway along. May stop for food and breakfast. Well, not breakfast, it's more lunchtime now, but I may stop along the way. I need to stop for petrol again soon, so right, see you along the way.
Look like me, tight jeans and long blonde hair, but not a care in the world. What happened to the attitude you used to have at school? What happened to the attitude where you broke all the rules? The other week, well, we did not speak. You turned your back and flicked your hair as if you did not care. Well, I don't care where you come from, I don't give a damn. I don't care where you come from, it's all a sham. So special, oh so special, oh so special. She sings, get on, get on, get on, get on, get on, like groovy train. Get on, get on, get on, get on, get on, like groovy train. Currently in the shower on the campsite. Just thought I'd do a little, end of the day, a diary. Saying
found out that my camera hadn't filmed most of the journey here. Don't know why. I'm gonna look into why tomorrow. So I may have to, do a bit of a recreation. Tell me what I saw. When I got to Wivensea, I went to the Castle Cafe on the seafront, had a drink, had a Pepsi. Then rode to camp, set up camp, sat there for a bit, messaged some people, a bit boring. Then I went to this pub called the Ploughing, had a lovely burger. And as I was leaving, I think I may have met a celebrity. Steve Pinner from Can't Pay Will Take It Away. I believe it was him, but I didn't realise that it might have been him until I'd left. And then I went back to Wivensea and, sat on the seafront watching the sea for a while and did a bit of shopping. Some bacon, some milk and tea bags, and some rolls and stuff. And then I just made a cup of tea and now I'm going to have a shower and go to sleep. Hopefully tomorrow will be just as good a day and no problems.
Baby, baby!
imagine where stuff is. I mean, I've already, I stood at the gates. And, I can see where the walls were from that picture. But, not all ruins are going to still be alive, We've just got to, we've got to preserve our history. I'm going to climb up the mount and see what I can see. Hoping to try and put a Strimmer on Tour sticker somewhere along here. It might have to be on a fence post, but yeah. Right, I shall see you up the top. So, still at Skipsy Castle. I'm just waiting for my GoPro to charge so I can film the ride to the campsite. And I'm sitting here, I've decided that I'm going to go to Eden Camp tomorrow, just because from the campsite I'm at, Eden Camp's 20 minutes down the road, so it wouldn't take me long to get there. And it's not far from Whitby either, so I could go look round Eden Camp, then go to Whitby, to the campsite, set up, have a ride around Whitby. And I feel like it would be better if I spent a lot of time at Eden Camp, because if I go today, I'm aiming to I'll probably get to my camp at 2:30. It'll take, 15 minutes to put the tent up, then it's 20 minutes to ride there. It'd be about just over 3 o'clock, which it shuts at 5, so would mean I'm not going to get much time to look around. 2 hours. And looking at reviews, people reckon you need a good 3 or 4 to actually fully experience everything, so I'm just going to go tomorrow. Makes more sense. And just go to camp tonight, I think, set up, chill for a bit, and then go for a ride around Pickering and that. I will be going to Pickering again, because I'm here later on in the week. Weirdly, ChatGPT didn't think about, all the places I'm going and how close they are. But yeah, I'll be staying in the same campsite again, because it was quite cheap. So yeah, I shall see you at camp. Hello. So I've set up my camp. It's down that pathway there, and but I had to take a few detours and stuff today. So I arrive at the pub where the camp is, and my tent has dropped off the rack slightly and has been near the exhaust. So the exhaust decided to, the exhaust didn't decide to, but it melted the tent, so I had to go all the way to Scarborough, because that was the nearest Halfords to where I was. Bought a new tent for 25 quid. And yeah, but it's just been really stressful day today with that. And I just, it's making me think, do I want to carry on doing this, or should I just turn around, go home? I don't know. I've decided, though, I'm not going to go to Whitby tomorrow. I'm going to stay at the campsite I'm at, because it's not far from Eden Camp then. Just, leave me stuff with my tent, go to Eden Camp, look round, spend the day there, come back, and then I'm only an hour and 40 minutes away from my cousins in Brickhouse. Whereas if I was going to Whitby, it was like 2 hours and 15 or something. But I'm hoping I can, find a way to get there without going through cities. That's the only problem, but I don't think I will. I mean, I don't have to go through York, I go round York, but I'm going to have to go through Leeds, because it's either through Leeds or the A1M, which I can't go on with my provisional licence. So, yeah, got a lot of thinking to do tonight. Do I carry on? Do I give up? Probably carry on. No point giving up on something I've wanted to do for a while. Might not be any GoPro footage tomorrow, because there won't be a lot of riding. It'll be riding like 20 minutes on the road, so instead you'll get a nice montage of photos and videos at Eden Camp. So yeah, I mean, just look at these views that I'm seeing right now. I'm going to miss out on stuff like that. So I think I'm going to go to the pub, have a beer or two, and go back to my tent. Right, see you tomorrow. Hello, day 3. So I've been quite busy today. Well, not too busy. Went to Eden Camp, which was really good. Really good experience. And yeah, and then I've just come back to camp, deciding what I'm going to do for the evening, if I'm going to go to a shop and cook something, or if I'm going to go to the pub that my campsite's connected to, or have a ride up to Whitby and have some fish and chips, because Whitby's not far down the road. I just don't know if I want to be riding anymore today, because I did a lot of riding yesterday. Obviously we're burning the tent, well, not burning it but melting it, so I rode all the way to Scarborough. I think today I'm just going to have a chill day, probably nip to a shop and get some out, and then go to the pub afterwards for a couple of drinks, because I'm riding about 2 hours tomorrow to my cousin's, so don't want to be doing loads of miles. But yeah, we'll see. If I end up in Whitby, we'll see. Me again. So I mean, today I have been thinking a lot, and there's a lot of things I'd change if I did this trip again. Won't carry so much. I'll try and reduce how much I carry, and maybe change a bit like what I've done with here. Stay at one campsite for like 3 nights and do stuff around that campsite, rather than swapping to a campsite every night, because I feel like that's better, because you end up being knackered, because you have to set up camp, then next morning pack it down, then you go to your next camp, set it up, go to wherever you're going, and I feel like it'd be better if I just, and then I've been looking as well at my plans and how close things are to each other, and trying to rejig it so I'm not doing so many miles. Because the problem was, like, for example, tomorrow I'm going to Briggate House. I was going to see if I could maybe stay there for another night, and because at some point I'm meant to go back on myself round where I am now, but there's no point doing that. I've done 2 nights here now rather than what I was doing before, so yeah, it just makes sense. Sadly, I've had to get rid of Ribblehead Viaduct, which is a shame, but I can always plan it into another road trip in the future. It's just, yeah, I think next year as well I'm not going to do it on my own. I think I'm going to get people to help, even if they just follow me in a car or a van. I'm getting people to film, because it's been really hard filming it by myself, especially with my GoPro not wanting to work on the first day and then it being dead today. It's been quite the challenge. But, you know, once it's all complete, you know, you're ready for the next day. So, yeah, we'll see where we end up with the changes. That's what I'm going to look at when I get back to camp. So I've been thinking about it more, and it's like, you know, I've planned it. I haven't planned it very well, have I? Oh well, it's all the fun of it. I'm trying to avoid riding for so long because I don't want the scooter to be riding, you know, 4 hours in a day. It's just constant. That sort of riding would be too constant for it, and it'd probably end up seizing. So I'm trying to cut down. I might have to change, and you know, where I'm going and wing it with some of it. We'll have to see. Right.
Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. I wanna shoot. I'm a disco devil. Call me disco rebel. I'm a disco devil. I'm a disco rebel. I'm put on a iron shirt. Chase the motor. Put on a iron shirt. Chase the motor. Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. Got to really move your feet to the dance to beat is on material. I'm a disco rebel. Don't call me disco devil. Lucifer, son of the morning. Lucifer, I'm gonna chase you out. Gonna chase you out of earth. Put on a iron shirt. Chase the devil out of earth. Lucifer, son of the morning. Lucifer, I'm gonna chase you out. I'm gonna chase you out of Lucifer. Tell them again, Lucifer, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. Lucifer, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. Lucifer, son of the morning.
And then, disaster happened. As I was coming off a roundabout on the outskirts of Bradford, my gear cable snapped and I had to call out the AA. Luckily, I got it fixed and got back on the road to Brighouse.
due to my GoPro dying and not enough charge left in my portable battery chargers, as I needed to prioritise charging my phone for navigation and emergencies rather than my camera film.
So go and look for clues with the help of your detectives. They don't want your red shoes. All of us, their prime objective. Elvis should play Sky. Elvis should play Sky.
When I first told you I was going to do this road trip on my own, what did you think?
Well, I thought at the start a bit balmy because obviously the state of your scooter before you actually went on the trip. But obviously you and Spence got it all together. So
I thought you were going to break down about 20 million times.
well,
I mean, I only broke down, what, 3, so...
I
Well, no, I didn't break down 3 times, only 3 problems, but...
I lost money.
what did you bet?
Yeah, I did. I had a secret side bet.
Oh dear. Gonna say as well. I was answering a serious question then. God. Gonna say, oh, I'm asking you a question now.
You can ask me a question. Sure, it's not...
When did you actually have it ready for? Like, was it a day before?
Literally the day before I got it done.
Because obviously I came round and you and him were...
Yeah, we were still working on it. We got it done the weekend before, but then I had trouble with the kickstart, and I had to sort that out, and I didn't get that done until the day before. And I sliced my finger open.
I'm just thinking about as well, you know your other scooter, can you imagine trying it on that scooter?
That one would have lasted a lot longer.
Would it?
Yeah, it'd have been fine. This one was actually better.
Dr. Spence kept it going.
Dr. Spence.
Doctor of Mechanics.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was shocked that it lasted like 7 days.
Yeah. But it didn't last the 9.
Not the 9, but...
Not the 9.
I mean, technically I did do the 9 days. I was stuck in Lincoln for the majority of it.
I'm going to say, some of the locations you went to as well look really nice. Like, very scenic.
Well,
The burger looked good.
Yeah.
We did.
It was a very good bake.
It's juicy.
Was.
Not that I ate
I'm
it.
so
I felt like I ate it myself.
I thought it would be dangerous, but then I thought about it and thought it would do you good to be self-sufficient and be able to solve all your problems.
Mad that you were mad to be trying to cover all that mileage on a scooter, but then knowing you, and once you've said you're going to do something and put your mind to it, you do it. So, yeah.
I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought that scooter blows up so regularly that it's not going to be in any first aid. I thought, no, it's a nice idea, but that knackered bike.
Did you know then you were going to be backup crew
God, no.
for like pit crew to, yeah.
God, no.
Yeah.
Let's take it back to the day I told you. Can you remember the day? As I can. We was in Spoons just before we was going out to the Stumble and Gandle, and I said, I'm thinking about doing this. Come on.
I always thought you could do it, to be fair. Obviously, we all had our doubts about the scooter and everything, but...
You'd have continued walking if the scooter had gone inch walked it.
No, I would not. Not with the amount of shit I was carrying.
No, you could have done it. Still walked. Have faith, Joe. You could have walked it.
Nah.
It's good that, obviously, like, people telling you couldn't do it as well. You still went ahead and...
Oh, yeah.
And you proved it. Yeah, you proved that. You proved all the doubters wrong.
That's why I did it. I didn't want... That was the incentive for me to do it, was the doubters.
Yeah. And your thing is, you didn't give up. You just kept going. Even when there was issues thrown into your face, like the tent not being set on fire, noted, you kept going.
Yeah. Gear cable snapping, losing exhaust bolts. It's all part.
Also, all the stuff before you actually went on.
Oh, yeah.
You kept going.
Yeah.
Got on the road. You got there. Definitely did not break down. And we were all there waiting with open arms.
Bloody mad.
I think the general consensus was fair enough, but
It will never happen.
Are we sure?
Yeah. I thought it would ever happen. Didn't think you would sort of was pie in the sky. Another one of Joe's things, but you did it.
That's it. What was your biggest worry for me?
Getting stuck somewhere and not being able to get home.
Was there a moment you thought he's in trouble then?
Obviously, I did the tent as well.
Well,
They
considering
didn't set on fire.
Considering you thought with a set of fire, I can imagine that you thought the tent.
Actually, it was mainly when you had all the doubts in your head.
Yeah, I'd say that. And also when, before you did cut it down, it was more when you were thinking of cutting down the days. I was worried that when you went through that, you were going to cut it even more and just give up. But you didn't. You persevered.
Yeah.
Good.
Because Spence is the only one that can really answer this question. As someone that went through all the pain of fixing the scooter and getting it on the road with me, I'm glad to see that it lasted.
Oh, God, yeah. I'd have been mortified if we'd stuck it back together again and you got 5 miles down the road and the piston was firing out the top of the engine or something horrible. Especially, I've broken it. So, no, obviously I was chuffed to see it actually survived. But I didn't realise how much of a pain it would be to do it. Because it came out like a dream and all came apart lovely, didn't it? I thought, this is a toddle. We'll be done in a couple of days. Yeah. Never seen anything come apart so easy and find so hard to go back together again. But yeah. So yeah, I was very pleased it actually survived.
And would you say you've learned something from fixing it?
Couple of things. One, I kind of spent about 3 or 4 days thinking, I'm not sure I really want a Lambretta, but I wouldn't mind tinkering with them. I've taught myself out of that. Other than that, yeah, it's just, I suppose I'm fascinated by the thing I didn't know is like just the whole Heath Robinson hybridization of these engines that are out there. I kind of assumed that the Lambretta community, apart from the modding, the physical modding, were very purists. It was like, nope, just chuck in whatever works. Don't think about, well, that was built in 1950. We can't tinker with that. It's like, get a new cylinder in there, get a new piston in. And I was surprised by how much of it isn't that purist down the line, got to keep it original. So that did surprise me. I learned that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like watching the trip from them?
Quite interesting, really. Seeing the different places you've been to. You coped with your accidents.
When you've got like a little team supporting you, you do want to keep in touch and find out that you're all right. You know, you are wondering, And I would imagine it's an extremely lonely thing to do, you know, and that Joe, and he's off doing that on this little scooter. Is he okay? Yeah, I did want to check in and make sure you were okay. And it was nice to see where it is taking you. Yeah, I really liked that. It was really good. It's really interesting as well, you know, and to see, oh, this has happened. What's he going to do? Oh, no, he sorted it. It's fine. Yeah.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
I got most of my updates via Lou. The fact that you made me open Facebook occasionally to see what you were doing, I found really, really, really deeply resented that. So yeah,
I think Lizzie was following you as well, wasn't she? My mum was following you as well. So, you know, people that knew a bit, you know, via us as well. But, you know, your little support team was following you.
Well,
It was good that he kept us updated throughout all the
He
journey.
did. Posted every day.
Every day, kept us updated. Sent snaps, even if some of them were a bit weird, but he sent snaps.
Oh, what was the place you went to and it like the place wasn't there or whatever?
No, that was Skipsea Castle. It was a castle.
It was a castle.
The mounds were all there, but the stonework had all obviously
fair
collapsed
play.
and disappeared. It was a cow field.
It's not like it was just a blank place where nothing was.
There was a board there, and you could see where things were.
What is an invisible castle then?
From the stuff he sent me, it looked.
No, it was good. It gave us a sense of where you were and what was going on. And if you were having any doubts on the journey, because there were definitely some times.
Yeah, you did message a couple of times with that, like just saying, "Oh, I'm going to come home" and stuff like that. But no, you kept going.
What do you want people watching the documentary to understand about the trip?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, of course. I think it's like we work in education. We're used to this kind of thing. What I'm about to talk about is telling the kids to go out their comfort zone, give things a go, actually persevere. I know I'm like a broken record, but go through it, give it a go. If it doesn't work out, keep going, find a way around it. It's all of that, and you did exactly that on every bump in the road, every breakdown, every issue you had. You kept going, and I think it's just anyone who's thinking of doing these kind of journeys or wanting to go solo traveling, it's that knowing that someone has had issues and still gone through it and still seen it through, and that they can go through and see it through to the end and do it themselves. It might actually inspire some people to give it a go themselves. Even on a scooter that might break down.
It's inevitable.
It's like I've watched a lot of these like similar like videos and stuff like people like trying a challenge or a journey. So like a lot of people had more resources than you did as well. You literally went out on a scooter that could have broken down at any minute. Yeah.
Good old.
And a lot of these as well, people like do give up after like a couple of days or whatever because they just don't have it in them. But yeah, took a lot of strength and you. I know you didn't do the full 9 days, but you still made it.
Yeah, and you got stories to tell.
Doesn't matter if like it didn't all go to plan or anything like that.
No.
It's like similar to what Josh said. It's the journey and the adventure you go on.
Look at the challenges and life on the road alone, you know, and following your dreams and your adventures, and it can be done. Yeah, and being resourceful. I think a lot of today's youngsters might not have, you know, the watch call of what to do when things go wrong, how to manage that, and being out there on your own, and how it's really good for you to do things to push yourself. So, yeah, setting and achieving an adventure is really good, and you get a real personal satisfaction, don't you? I set out to do this. I have achieved it. This is what I've learned. I want to do it again.
Yeah, but also I think what I'd like to see come across, I don't know whether it does, whether it's something you want it to come across in, but I think it was more than just a trip out on a bike for a few days to you. It meant a lot more for you and to you. And I think that'd be nice if that came out in documentary. That it wasn't just, look, I've ridden a bike around Yorkshire. It was a personal thing rather than just a holiday. And I'd like to see that come out.
Yeah.
And perhaps that will in your reflection of what that trip meant to you on, you know, how many levels it was, you know, because, yeah, we knew there were lots of levels, but for that to come through.
What you got out of it more than anything else? Because you proved to yourself that you could do it.
So I did this road trip because I wanted to challenge myself and to do something that I've never thought of doing before. And, you know, taking a scooter, not the most reliable of vehicles, around on a road trip. Mainly because I enjoy riding scooters, but a lot of it was I haven't done much filming work or anything like that since I left college, and I've really struggled with getting the creative flow in my brain. And I just thought, why not go back to the basics and do a documentary like this to try and, you know, get it flowing again. And it really helped. I mean, since being back off the road trip and since filming this, I've written a film. I'm going to be directing a play again soon. Not again, but I'm going to be directing a play. I've, you know, done so much creative stuff, all from just riding my scooter around the country. It's crazy to think that just riding a scooter around the country can do all that for a person. I think my biggest worry when I was out on the road was, it wasn't breaking down, because I was like, if it's something like, for example, which did happen, one of the cables going, I knew how to sort that. Yes, I had help from the AA man, but I still sorted it. A lot of it. But it wasn't the scooter breaking down. It was, I think my biggest worry was me just giving up halfway through and being like, I can't do it. Which there was times where I was like, I think I need to go home. I don't think I can carry on. And that was day 2 where I was having those thoughts. I mean, I think it wasn't the best day of riding. It was very hilly, which I'd never dealt with before, living in Lincolnshire, where it was really flat. And then arriving to my campsite where to find my tent had melted, which meant I had to go another 20 miles to get another tent that day. And from getting to after the campsite to go and get this tent, I had to go to a petrol station because I was nearly out of fuel, ran out of fuel, and had to push the scooter to this petrol station. That day really tested me. It was only the second day, and it did really test me. And I was just ready to, pack up and go. Because my tent had melted. I'd had a very hard day. But I am glad that I didn't give up and I carried on. Yes, I didn't do the full 9 days. I brought it down to 7, but that's still quite an achievement. And like the distance I did those days was, and over that week, really tested me, and it did test the scooter. And it did show the problems that it had. Like it was overheating quite a bit. And I worked out why that was. The exhaust being painted was causing heat to rise up in, and it was getting trapped in the panels as well, because there was panniers over. So that got sorted. But the stuff I went through with the scooter on that trip definitely means I could never get rid of it. I wouldn't want to do, when I do it again, I wouldn't want to do it on any other scooter. To be honest, the scooter, towards the end of the trip, it wasn't feeling like a mode of transport. It was feeling like a partner in crime. Couldn't do anything now. Couldn't do a road trip without it. It would feel wrong. And I wouldn't want to do it without Viv, because done so much with her. So fuck, this will make him sound like I've got some sort of thing for my scooter. So to be honest, there was moments on the road when I do wish I had someone there, because it was hard being alone. But I would say there was always someone with me along the trip. My granddad, who I lost 9 years ago, was with me, and he was the reason I didn't give up. I could hear his voice when I was on that journey, telling me, do not give up, carry on, I'm so proud of you. And I would not have been able to do it if he was not there on the trip. And definitely was the support I needed along the trip. It's making me a bit emotional talking about that, but yeah, he was there with me all the time. The best part of the road trip was definitely exploring, going to places that I'd never been, places I never even thought of going. I mean, Skipsea Castle was in the middle of nowhere. It was at the side of a road, and yes, there wasn't much there, but there was so much history there, and it was amazing. It was just me there. There was some cows, and it was peaceful. I think that's one of the biggest things with the trip was how peaceful a lot of the places were, because I was going through very rural places, which did feel like home, and I liked that. Towards the end, I was getting into very urban areas, and they were quite difficult, because especially cities, because I've never ridden in a city. But once I did it, it didn't feel that bad. Like going through Bradford wasn't as bad as I thought, because it did just feel like riding through a town. Yes, it was a busy and traffic and all, but so yeah, definitely. And it was going to places I had been to before, like Eden Camp. I've been to, but I'd been there years ago. Can't even remember going because I was so young, but it was great place to go, and I did feel like I learned stuff while on the journey. So I think I definitely, being on the trip, learned a lot about myself. Definitely learned that I know at times I like to be on my own, but I do feel like I learned that I do need people around me as well. And I definitely have learned that once a scooterist, always a scooterist, they're never going to take that away from me. Now, love scooters that much that I would travel the ends of the world on one. So definitely would do it again. I do feel like this has just been a lot of rambling, but you know, I wanted to reflect on the journey I've had, and I am pleased I have reflected on this journey. There was times along it where I did, like I've said, really struggle, but there was mainly times I really enjoyed myself, and I'm hoping you've seen how much enjoyment I had in this documentary. Even at the times where it was stressful and I was like, oh, fuck, am I going to get this scooter back on the road in time? Getting it done the day before going. And I'm like, oh, that repair, is it going to last? Just all these different things that happened along the journey. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along on this journey. And I'll see you for Strimmer on Tour 2026.
Mm-hmm.